Hey Huxley, what's up, buddy?
Huh.
How you doing?
Okay.
Where did we just get back from? Farm Wednesdays! Woo! Okay. Whine about it a little bit. Guess what I didn't have to do tonight? Dishes! Woo! And I have to sit at the table with you and your horrible table manners and you talking with your mouth open and all sorts of other stuff. Or you talking with your mouth open. Yeah, okay. Can we relax? I'm still wearing my vest. And the house is like 100 degrees. And I'm a little schwitzig, as my mom says, as your grandmother says, your bubby says, Oi, face me, you're so schwitzig. Hey, we gotta talk about something serious, though. It's your birth mother and your birth grandmother are down in Florida. And I tried to get them to evacuate and come up. But they decided to stay. So if you're watching, Lily and Sabrina, please be safe and check in with us. We're thinking about you and praying about you. We're praying for you, thinking about you, praying for you. So Daddy Penn left us some books, except he didn't realize that we've already read these. And actually, we didn't read this one, I think. I'm gonna go with a little risk here. This is called Iggy Peck Architect, and it's by Andrea Beatty, and it's illustrated by David Roberts. And this is part of the Ada Twist scientist, Christian Slater illustrator, Rosie Revere engineer, Riveteer, something like that. And I think there's one other one that I don't remember the name of. We have them all, and they're really awesome. They rhyme. And there's a cartoon now, Ada Twist Scientist, on the Netflix, which is pretty neat. I like this one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think Rosie Revere was the first one we got. And then I think we got Ada Twist, then we got this one. And we got the Aaron Slater, or Christian Slater illustrator? Helen Slater illustrator? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to read it. It's kind of a long book, so we're going to try and buzz through it here real quick. But I like this book. All right. Young Iggy Peck is an architect, and he has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour using nothing but diapers and glue. Good gracious Ignatius, his mother exclaimed. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But her smile faded fast as a light wind blew past when she realized those diapers weren't clean. Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty. It stinks. But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn, using dirt clods to build the great Sphinx. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels for peaches and apples, and temples for modeling clay. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye, and out on the porch built the St. Louis Orch from pancakes and coconut pie. Dear Ig had it made until 2nd grade when his teacher was Miss Lila Greer. On the very first day, she had this to say: we do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque? I couldn't care less about buildings ancient or new. She said in her lecture about architecture that it had no place in grade 2. I like about the pictures with the kids, because you can see, like, there's Rosie, and there's Ada, and I can't find Aaron Slater illustrator anywhere in here. Maybe he came later. There she is, tossing all the architecture books out, which is typically a topic that one discusses in grade 2. That might seem severe, but she was sincere. When she was no more than 7, she had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architect's tour of the 95th floor, young Lila got lost from the group. This is my favorite part. She was found 2 days later in a stuck elevator, eating cheese with a French circus troupe. After that day, it's quite safe to say she thought all building lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that, above all, one ought to avoid them. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's a good rhyme. Dr. Seuss. Here she comes. Look at this, though. I love this. And the clowns and the weird Cirque du Soleil thing and the people eating wheels of brie. And that's my favorite part. She's sitting there like in the middle, all normal, like, enough to traumatize the crap out of somebody. All right. As you might guess, this would cause Iggy stress. Another good rhyme there. To hear such terrible talk, but he didn't hear. He sat in the rear while building a castle of chalk. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build in here. Is that perfectly clear? Do we need to see Principal Hal? No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head and his heart sank down to the floor. No chance to build. His interest was killed. Now second grade was a bore. And see, what they don't tell you is that if the next part didn't happen, he'd go on to basically flunk the ACTs or the SATs, and, you know, he wouldn't go to college, and, you know, he'd pretty much just, you know, be collecting garbage. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what happens. After 12 long days that passed in a haze, after 12 long days that passed in a haze of reading, writing, and arithmetic, Miss Greer took the class to Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream. But they no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed and Miss Lila Greer started to scream. We're trapped here, oh my! Alas, kids, goodbye. Her eyeballs rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a vague groaning sound. Luckily fainted, not dead. The class was amazed. They stood there quite dazed, uncertain of what they should do. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan, which started with Miss Lila's shoe. Soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. And when she came to, Miss Lila Greer knew that something quite brave had been done. She looked in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces. And on the far side, beaming with pride, were 17 smiling young faces. Boots, tree roots and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which should not be mentioned, that would be the underwear up here, were stretched ridge to ridge in a glorious bridge, dangling from shoestring suspension. It all became clear to Miss Lila Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. Now every week at Blue River Creek Elementary in second grade, all school kids can hear, along with Miss Lila Greer, how the world's greatest buildings were made. The weekly guest speaker in t-shirt and sneakers talks of buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, he's the guy who builds towers from pie. That brilliant young man, Iggy Peck. The end. I mean, the rhyming's awesome. I mean, Andrea Beatty. Boom.
She needs to keep writing more books. That's a good one. I like that.
I don't think we've read that one together on video. Can I pick your booger, buddy? You got like a nasty one right there. Can I look? Can I look at me? I get it? Oh, man. I mean, that's gross and also oddly entertaining at the same time.
Yeah. I don't think we've done that one. So,
I mean, I'll post it, and then
if I come across another video with us doing that,
I think I usually read that one with your sister, though. Not with you, so
there's that.
Anyway, that's it, man. You went back to school today. There's no more viral plague outbreak of influenza part B or whatever at your school anymore, so you were able to go back. I mean, school was open, but we just decided to say, on the safe side, probably not a good idea to send you into a petri dish when, you know, whatever. So even though you got your flu shot, so anyway, your hair's looking pretty entertaining too here. Speaking of entertaining.
Anyway, I think that's it, buddy.
You want to call it a night? I'll call it a night. Yes, no? Yeah? All right, can we wave good night? Can we wave night night?
Good night, night. Hey, you gonna wave? You gonna wave? You gonna wave? You gonna wave? Wave. Do a real wave. Come on, real wave. Wave night night. Thank you.